So we've got basically three formulas that we have to learn today. Three formulas, and they're kind of beefy.
That's three too many.
Okay, so if this is angle A, this is side A, right? This is angle B, this is...
Side B.
Okay. So the first two formulas are called the law of cosines because they're kind of the same thing but slightly altered. Let's see, which one did trying to remember which one we started with, number one. Okay, finding the side. So, okay, it looks like this.
Since there's only 12 W's, it should be
Okay,
easy, right?
this formula is used in a side angle side situation. So what I mean by side angle side is like if this is like 10 and this one's 7 and this is like 65 degrees. Okay, we know a side and the angle between, side angle side. Okay. This can help us find a missing side. Unfortunately, here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Like I can use this formula to find side B, but right now the formula is written for side C. You guys see what I'm saying? So if you want to change it to find side B, basically the B's and the C's need to switch places. So this would be the formula. That looks confusing. Anyway, this would be the formula if you're looking for side B. It's the same thing, it just like switches which side you're using. So basically though, it's side squared plus side squared minus 2 side times cosine of the angle between them. So it's, on this problem it would be 7 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 7 times 10. Okay, these little A's and C's are just sides of the triangle.
The math ain't math, Mr. Jordan.
What's the capital B stand for?
Angle B.
The angle. So that would be the 65 degrees. Okay, so it's just a formula, it's just plugging stuff in. But here's the problem. That's equal to B squared. So how do I figure out B? If this is B squared, how do I find B? Square root it, yeah.
Square root.
Yeah. And then, so all this, you could just do it on one step on your calculator. If you just put it all under the square root.
Mr. Jordan, it's Monday.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The other situation where law of cosines is used is, so that was for side or side angle side. This will be like for number 1 and 2 and a couple others. The other situation is side. So if we know all three, oh by the way, I think I forgot to mention this. These law of cosines and law of sines works on any triangle, not just right triangles. That's what makes it special, and it kind of makes it harder too. So this is kind of like a higher level trig. This will be our last assignment for the chapter also. Let's see, let's just say that's 5, 6, and 8. Okay, if you know 3 sides of a triangle, you can find an angle. So let's say we're looking for angle B. Okay, here's kind of the basic formula.
This is for side.
Yeah, if you know side, you can find an angle using... This is also from this formula, it's just like shifting stuff around to solve for cosine of C. You're not feeling it? You regret your decisions?
I like your 12. Oh, bad.
Did you eat the whole biscuit or just a bite?
I ate like half of it and then I gave it to Brian and he tried it
He gave up.
Wait, you tried crying?
He threw up.
and
No, Corey
he
said
like ran to
yeah,
the trash
yeah,
can and like
yeah.
spit it out.
You said it tasted like
Okay, probably can't say what he said, right?
Yeah.
Probably can't.
Okay, so the way it's set up, this is to find angle C, but what if I wanted to find angle B? Well, you just switch the C's and the B's, kind of like we did on the other one. So these formulas are kind of interchangeable, like what side you're using. So pretty much the same thing, just the B's and C's switch spots.
Why?
Okay, so here's the thing. If I plugged in a squared plus c squared minus b squared, so that would be 8 squared plus 5 squared minus 6 squared. Over 2 times 8 times 5.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is this only tells me what cosine of b equals. So how do I find just angle b? You do cosine inverse. So really what we would need to plug in is like that. You could do the fraction first and then do cosine inverse of that. Or you could just do it all in one step, cosine inverse of that.
Wait, what is this?
This is also called law of cosines. It's just a slightly different version.
Oh, you're
This is if you know side, 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 and you want to find an angle. This is the version you have to use. If you know side, angle, side, and you want to find a missing side, that's the.
Have you ever like accidentally like used an expo marker?
Okay, that's enough. No,
Oh.
if I did, it'd probably be a mark on the board.
Coach Cloud did
Did he?
during football season one.
Okay, number 1. Let's go ahead and get started. The good news is the top part's harder than the bottom part. So it's getting a little easier. Okay, on number 1, we got 465, 6. Okay,
That makes me only have to do
so we have A, B, C. We have side, angle, side. So we're going to be using that first formula that I put up there. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of C. Now, on number 1, they were nice to us because what we were looking for is actually C, side C. So that matches this formula pretty well. So, what goes in the place of these little A's and B's? The sides. So it's like 4 squared plus 6 squared. The order of addition doesn't really matter, so it doesn't matter if you switch up the 4 and the 6.
1 plus 2 equals 3, 2 plus 1 equals 3.
And cosine of the angle, the capital C stands for the angle, so that would be 65 degrees. Okay, the problem is, this is what C squared equals, so what do we need to put in our calculator? How do we get rid of C
Square root.
square root? So really, you can do it all in one step if you just plug in the square root of all that. So let's try and plug that in and see if we get the right answer.
My calculator got exploded.
I got an error.
Error.
Square root.
Okay, did you make this a minus or did you make it a negative? Make sure it's a minus.
Error.
5.63.
Yeah, I got that.
Are we rounding to the 10th?
Yeah. Was it 5.6?
Yeah.
No, I forgot.
Well, if Emily approves, then it's official.
It's actually 5.63154.
Actually-
No, it's just.
Copying Corey. She said
No,
it
no,
really
it's
good.
right.
You said
Earlier.
that
Nope, you're definitely copying.
Okay, number 3 is a side, side, side situation because we know all 3 sides. So that means we're looking for an angle. And the angle we're looking for tells us in the problem is to find angle B. So The original formula I wrote down, I think I did write down the angle B version of the formula.
Yeah.
The original formula I wrote down was So the angle B formula looks like this.
Angle, but
Okay, now this one, we can't just plug this in because this is what cosine of B equals. Well, actually, you could plug that in, but then you'd have to do cosine inverse of that to find the angle. Or you can do it all at once. If you do cosine inverse parentheses. Okay. There's my A, B, C. So A squared is 5 squared. C squared is 6 squared.
what the heck?
This is torture. My brain's already
Hey guys, quick.
Okay, I told the other class what we'll do is, on the evens, you get 1 point for trying and 1 point for getting it right.
Yes.
You're so nice. What about 2?
So if I just write
On the
down,
odds, you're only getting 1 point.
Let me approve.
Yeah, and remember, let's wait for everybody's approval.
Yeah.
it's gonna take like.
So you can try and get like 100.
Shut up, Roman.
I know, that's not something
Shut up.
It's like I'm hearing Emily.
Shut up.
Whatever.
Where's the?
78.5.
Roman.
Wait, I'm still
I
typing
don't
it in.
approve.
Okay, remember we're talking about an angle, that's why the number is a lot bigger than,
My calculator does not agree with that one.
Did you end up parentheses?
did you do cosine inverse?
Yeah?
Good, everyone.
Okay, yeah, the 78.5 one was right.
Hold on.
Wait, 78.5 wasn't right?
Was right.
I knew it was wrong.
Okay, on number 5, it says little a is 7, b is 12, c is 8. So what does that tell us?
Oh wait, that's right. Yeah.
That we know size at that.
It tells us side, 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 exactly. So it says 7, 12, and 8. I'll go ahead and draw a picture. So side A is 7, side B is 12, and side C is 8. So
On the other top.
5, they are not drawing a picture, but they're telling us it's side, side, side. So we're going to use the same formula that we did for 3. This time we're looking for angle A. So I need an angle A version of that formula. So cosine of A would equal b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2 times b times c. Okay, which means what are we going to plug in the calculator? We're going to do cosine inverse of b is 12 and c is 8. So 12 squared plus 8 squared minus 7 squared over 2 times 12 times 8. These always match, like the 12 and the 8.
God did.
Go, Emily, go.
that, sir. God did.
I hate that.
Go God.
On 2, can you just use like the regular formula?
Number 2 is side angle side, because it has 527 degrees 6. So it's like number 1.
34.
Yeah.
But you're looking for side B.
So you have to switch all of them?
Yeah. So the B's and the C's need to switch places.
0.09,
Point one.
34.1, or 34.10.
Okay, yeah, we're running to the 10th place, so it's the 34.1 version.
She's just copying.
No, what? It's in my calculator.
She actually swear to come back with a book.
I swear.
She would never do that.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Corey would, but not her.
Roman's
Yeah.
joking.
Okay, for 7 through 12 is our last formula, and it's called law of cosines. Or sorry, law of sines. We just did law of cosines. Law of sines, it's actually easier. So it looks like this.
How was that easier?
Well, just look at it. Okay, so a really quick example. This is not number 7.
What's that called again?
Law of sines.
Oh my gosh. I do not know.
Okay, law of sines is used in angle side angle or angle angle side. Basically, if you know two angles already, it's going to be a law of sines problem.
Wait, so what is it? Angles?
Like angle angle side. Basically, the bottom section on today's is law of sines. If you know two angles, it's law of sines. If you know at least two sides, it's law of cosines. Let me make some stuff up here. Let's do 7 and 8. And you need an angle somewhere.
I'm in shape.
Okay. So you guys see the pattern? It's sine of the angle over its side equals sine of the angle over its side. So sine of C, or sine of 54 over 7. You guys see how I did that?
Yeah.
Actually, hold
Oh, I'm so confused.
on. Yeah, I'm gonna do that instead. Sine of 54 over 7. Well, you know how if this is angle C, this is side C, right? Linux? If this is angle C, this is side C.
Yeah.
So you do sine of 54 over 7 equals sine of 40 over A. Alright, you guys see how I set that up?
Yeah.
Now, you can only solve an equation if it has one variable, right? So you gotta make sure you know all these other numbers. Okay, how do we solve equations when we have two equal ratios, two equal fractions? Cross multiply, good job.
You're welcome.
So, I didn't say thank you, but okay. So you do A times sine of 54 equals 7 times sine of 40.
Wait, this is 7?
No, I made this one up.
Oh, you made this one up?
Yes.
What?
Okay. So, remember that sine of 54 is just some weird decimal number, right? Sine of 54 is some weird decimal number. So how do I solve this for A? How do I solve this equation for A?
Divide.
Right. Because A is multiplied to sine of 54, you would want to divide by whatever that is. So all you'd have to plug in your calculator is this. 7 times sine of 40 divided by sine of 54. For now, let's not plug it in because I want to go ahead and do number 7. Let's look at 7. So on 7, we're looking for side A, right? But I noticed that we already know angle B and side B. Do you guys see where I'm looking?
Yep.
So that means sine of 40 over 5. You guys see where I got that from?
Yep.
Stop saying yep. And actually look. Okay.
Right now.
Sine of 40 over 5 equals what?
Equals sine of 50 over A.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, I was looking. You're welcome. Yep.
You looked that time. I'm not sure you looked the first
You're
time.
welcome.
I was looking. I was looking.
Your answer was a little too fast. All right. So I'm going to cross multiply. So A times sine of 40.
Equals 5 times sine of 50.
And then how do we solve this for A?
Divide it. Which would be sine of 10.
No.
Oh.
We're just dividing by sine of 40. Okay. So this is what we plug in the calculator.
Let me do it.
6.
Let me prove.
Did you look that up in the bag? You actually did it?
That's on my calculator.
It's on my calculator.
It's 5 point, or it's actually 6.
Yeah. It rounds up to 6.0. Okay.
It's
So it's just,
Well, they put 6.0 to show that they're being accurate to the tens place.
Do we have to do that?
No, we're kind of wrong. Number 9.
Zero.
Okay.
Zero.
On number 9, it's a little bit trickier because they gave us side B. Do you guys see where I'm looking?
Yeah.
Okay, they gave us side B as 15. You guys see the 15? But we really need angle B to go with it because we need like an angle on its side. So how could I find angle B?
They should all have a 180.
Good job, you're cooking
Thank
today.
you.
180.
180 minus that.
Yeah, 180 minus those two. 63 plus 37 is 100. 180 minus 100 is 80. So angle B is 80. That means sine of 80 over side B, 15, equals, you guys finish it. We're looking for side C. So
Wait.
Oh no.
Did it?
From my head.
what comes next? Sine of 80,
Sine of 37 over C.
sine of 37 over C. Man, you really are on a roll today, Emily.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's cocking
See
up
what
that.
happens when I pay attention.
No, she's looking at the back of the book.
What?
These are not the answers. They wouldn't be in the back.
Yeah.
Well, she has photo math or something. I don't know.
I'm not over there.
What photo map?
Action's like refusing to
She
be.
has
I'm
full enough.
actually
Is that all
trying
it's
today.
You're doing good.
Is that all
Thank
it's
you.
called?
I have a call
Yeah, that's
one
what it's
person
called.
answer.
No, she's not.
Roman, shut up. I have a one person answer the whole math class.
Okay, so cross multiply, then to get C by itself, we'll have to divide by sine of 80. So that is what we plug in the calculator.
I'm actually really focused today.
Wow, that's the first time in a while.
Shut up. I'm more focused than you ever were.
You said it wrong, Emily. It's Roman. Shut up.
That's because she's not distracted.
Yeah, that's good.
No.
Roman, stop playing.
Exactly.
You're in math class, not kindergarten. What? 9.2?
Why is it over here?
Because I was fishing and off my line.
Okay, on 11, they did not draw the picture for us, but they did give us angle C and side C. So now this is easy. They gave us angle C and side C. So sine of 43 over 11.
11 equals
Formula for the
sine of
Oh,
11.
shoot. Okay, I just realized we're looking for side B, not side A. So if we're looking for side B, we're going to need angle B. So how do we find angle B?
Time up to 180.
180 minus those two. Those two add up to 118. 180 minus
Hold on, let me do it.
118.
Equals 62.
So it's sine of 62 over side B.
You sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you cross multiply.
Most of the first.
I know. I mean,
And divide off the sine.
I'm actually really good. Man, that's someone else about that.
You want me? I got it.
Lennox? No, I'm not. Equally
So 14 points.
my line.
Okay, good job, guys. So, why don't you guys try number 2? Number 2 is like number 1 because it's side angle side, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, how about I come around about 3-4 minutes?
That's not hungry.
See if you figured it out.
D is in it. Wait.
Do you guys write the formulas down?
Yeah, but
No.
it's for B and not C now.
So
Right.
instead of
Um,
E
You gotta switch them.
did I ever write the B version of that formula?
No,
No.
can you?
You only did the.
Well, I kind of did in my example.
Oh, well, you don't be.
Like the answer. It was 34.
I have no room.
34.1.
There's too many formulas.
Well,
Do
yeah,
we have to memorize this for
no.
next year?
The only formulas that you have to have memorized are SOHCAHTOA and like secant, cosecant, cotangent.
Do we have to do this next year?
I guess, yeah, we'll do it again next year. A little more intense next year. But if you can get it this year, think how easy that would be next year.
This is what I got.
This is gross.
She's correct.